your girl was not paying that. Okay, like I'm broke. I ain't paying that much money for no room. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Quay, and I'm back with another video for y'all. And if you are new, welcome. If you are new to this channel, my channel is pretty much a channel for solo girlies or just solo people in general. And I like to give advice and tips on like how to live your life solo, and also give travel advice as well, if you guys are comfortable with going on trips solo. And also I go on a lot of solo dates as well. So there's a lot of solo dates, solo travel, and just self-love in general on my channel. So if you're into that type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get straight into the video. Yeah, y'all, I went to Chicago last month. And y'all, Chicago was a whole vibe, okay? Like, I really enjoyed my Chicago trip, okay? And in this video, I just want to give y'all tips on how to save money in Chicago, okay? Because Chicago is not cheap, okay? Chicago is not cheap, especially when it comes to their parking. But yeah, y'all, here are my tips and advice for how you can enjoy yourself in Chicago. So dining, getting yourself food and stuff. So y'all, I'm really upset with myself because why did I go to Chicago and not try their pizza? What's wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with me, y'all. Like, I've been a bad tourist, okay? Like, I'm still upset about that, but I don't live that far from Chicago, so I do like see myself going back to Chicago to visit. So I definitely need to try their pizza. But the places that I did go to was Yardbird, Hampton Social, and Grant Park Bistro. And yeah, y'all, those restaurants were pretty good, okay? Like, very good. My favorite restaurant has to be, it's between Yardbird and Grant Park Bistro. Yeah, both of their food was really good, but when it comes to aesthetic, I would say Yardbird had the better aesthetic. Like, everything at Yardbird was just super pretty and very calming. Like, everything about Yardbird was just A1, okay? But yeah, both restaurants were really good. Hampton Social was really good too, but all three restaurants were really good, but Yardbird and Grant Park Social was my favorite. And I saved so much money, okay, eating at those restaurants because I used an app called Seated. So Seated is a restaurant app where you get money back. So all you have to do is link your card that you're using to pay for your food, make your reservation, and once you use your card there, it will give you money back. So like a percentage off of your bills. So yeah, I think I used Seated one time, and that was for Grant Park Bistro. I forgot to use it for Yardbird, but Yardbird is definitely in that app as well. I'm not sure if Hampton Social is, but I think it is though. So just double check. But you will save a lot of money through this app, okay? And I also have a coupon code that y'all can use so you can automatically get $10 off of your meal, off your first meal. So yeah, y'all, make sure y'all download that Seated app, okay? Like, you will save so much money in Chicago eating on some good food, okay? But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all download the Seated app because you will save so much money, going to all of these different types of restaurants in Chicago, because Chicago ain't the cheapest and your girl likes to eat good food. So I needed that app to make sure I was eating good food on a good budget, okay? So yeah, y'all, make sure y'all download that app. So for excursions, the things that I did in Chicago was 360 Chicago, and Chicago's River Boat Tour. And I went during Chicago's Fashion Month or week or whatever. And so that was the main reason why I went to Chicago, was for the fashion shows. So that's mostly what I did out there in Chicago. So I went to 2 fashion shows. I went to 360 Chicago, and I went to Chicago's architecture boat tour. Chicago River Architecture Boat Tour. That's what it's called. So 360 Chicago is actually one of my favorite excursions in Chicago because y'all, the views in 360 Chicago is beautiful, okay? Like, I was staring out that window for a good minute, okay? Like, the views were beautiful, y'all. Like, you could literally see the entire city. Like, it was, y'all, it was amazing, okay? So what came with my 360 Chicago ticket was sip, tilt, and view. So what that means is I had access to their cloud bar. So I was able to get a free drink, and I was also able to go on their tilt ride. So I was able to get access to their cloud bar, and I was also able to ride the tilt ride as well. So that's what all came with my ticket. So I could go to the bar, and I could ride the tilt ride, and I could just chill out and watch the views. So all of that came with my ticket, and I believe it was $56. But y'all, the price changes all the time depending on the time of the day. So yeah, but I will say, y'all, the tilt ride is very overrated. Like, when I tell you it lasted less than a minute, and literally all you're doing is like tilting and watching the views. Like, it's not really a ride necessarily. It's like this machine thingy that like tilts the windows, and you're like tilting with the window, and you have to hold on to the bar so you won't fall. But that's about it. Like, it does not last. It lasts literally less than a minute. So I don't think that was worth it. But I feel like the overall package, it made it worth it because that wasn't the only thing that I wanted to do. So I would highly recommend not buying a ticket that only includes that. It's not worth it. But the overall experience of the 360 tour, it was amazing. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that I bought that. I'm glad that I bought that ticket because there's 3 different choices, and I will list those choices in the video because I don't remember. But I'm glad with the choice that I made because your girl was vibing in the clouds, okay? So the second excursion that I booked was Chicago River Architecture Boat Tour. So y'all, that was an amazing experience as well. Like, the Chicago River is beautiful, okay? And just seeing the different architecture, like the buildings and stuff, like, y'all, it was really nice, okay? And I went during the sunset, which put the cherry on top, okay? Like, I highly recommend going during the sunset. Like, it is beautiful, okay? And I booked that excursion through Groupon. So Groupon has this thing for excursions in Chicago called the City Pass and Go City. So it's 2 different things that you could book through. But they both are pretty much the same. You could choose 3 attractions for $96. So I believe you can't beat that because a lot of the attractions that they have on their attractions list, it kind of beats the price that's actually on the actual website of the excursion. So I would highly recommend booking through Groupon to get the City Pass or the Go City Pass because you can do a lot for a decent price. So if you're one of those tourists that have to have a lot on their itinerary, I would highly recommend booking your excursions through Go City or Chicago City Pass because you can do a lot, y'all, for a cheap price. So yeah, y'all, highly recommend. So me personally, I didn't buy the Go City Pass because that's not what I came to Chicago to do. I came to Chicago mainly to go to the fashion shows. So, but I did book through Groupon to go to the Chicago River Boat Tour because it was cheaper on Groupon. So normally, for one adult ticket for the Chicago River Boat Tour, for an adult ticket, it's $50 around there. And y'all, through Groupon, I only paid $4, y'all. If y'all don't believe me, look at the picture. I literally paid $5 for my ticket, y'all. You cannot beat that, okay? So y'all, download Groupon, okay? Download Groupon. You will save so much money on your travels, okay? So yeah, y'all, that's it for my tips on excursions. Like pretty much download Groupon because you won't go wrong. Like you will save so much money and you will enjoy your trip because I mean you saved a lot of money. So yeah, y'all. So on to the next. All right, y'all. So my next advice will be for hotels. So once again, download Groupon because I booked my hotel through Groupon and I ended up staying at the Chicago Marriott, which is downtown. And y'all, the Chicago Marriott is not cheap. Like on average, I think a decent room there would be like $400 a night on average. And your girl was not paying that. Okay, like I'm broke. I ain't paying that much money for no room. No. So yeah, I'm not paying that much for a room. So I booked through Groupon and I ended up paying, I believe, $180 a night, around there. So it went from $400 to $180, y'all, a night. You cannot beat that because the Chicago Marriott is literally in the heart of downtown. So I did not have to drive anywhere. Okay, so your girl saved a lot on parking. I will say that. So yeah, y'all, book y'all hotel through Groupon. One thing I will say is look out for those fees that's in like the fine print, because when I pulled up at the Chicago Marriott, they hit me with a bunch of fees that I wasn't aware of. So that kind of caught me off guard. So read the fine print and call the hotel and ask them what hidden fees do they have. Like, do they, like what's their parking fees, all that. Because I wasn't aware of the parking fee either. So yes, you have to pay to park, even though you booked to stay there. Ain't that crazy? I thought that was crazy. But yeah, you have to pay for parking and it wasn't cheap either. So yeah, y'all, make sure y'all look out for the fine print. And sometimes the fine print be a little shady. So you have to call and make sure what other fees that they have at the hotel. But yeah, y'all, book y'all hotel through Groupon or Airbnb through Groupon because you will save a lot of money, okay? Your girl never paid full price for anything. Be aware of that. So yeah, y'all, everything was walking distance. I didn't have to get an Uber or anything. The only time I really needed to get an Uber was to go to the riverboat tour. Other than that, I really didn't need an Uber ride for real. Your girl was walking, okay? But yeah, y'all, if y'all want to save money on y'all hotels and Airbnb stays, download Groupon. You won't go wrong, okay? But yeah, y'all, that's it for my travel advice on how to, enjoy yourself in Chicago. But I do want to give y'all a few pointers and just, let y'all know, let y'all in on a few things. So we all know that Chicago is pretty much not a safe place or whatever. I feel like every major city is not safe, and your girl is from Detroit. So, I mean, Chicago is pretty much like Detroit. So I really wasn't tripping about it for real. And I felt pretty safe down in the downtown area, at least. Like I said, your girl been walking, okay? And I also been walking at night, and I felt pretty safe, y'all. Like, of course, be cautious, be aware. Like, look over your shoulder every 5 minutes, like every 2 minutes. Like, like always be cautious and be aware of things. But yeah, y'all, like I felt pretty safe in downtown Chicago area. I didn't have any issues. I felt pretty safe my entire stay. And just be aware of the parking fees. Like if you drive out there like I did, just be aware of parking. Like they parking, like it's not cheap, especially if you stay in downtown. Just be aware of that. And it's really hard to find parking. Like Chicago reminds me of a smaller version of New York. Like it's not as crowded, but it's still crowded. So just be aware that it's gonna be hard to find parking. So yeah, be aware of that. But yeah, y'all, that's about it. Download Seated, download Groupon, and save you some money, sis. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your trip in Chicago. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.